is Mac McAllister coming to you from the Mecca of the Pacific Northwest, Port Townsend. I've had this on my to-do list for a long time, and I'm going to tell you a reason. Let me give you an overview, first of all. About 20 years ago, when I was listening to the radio on NPR, someone made a statement that 85% of people under 15 years old were computer literate. 85% of people over 50 years old were computer illiterate. Now think about this. There are four-star generals that can't send emails because they always delete it out, or delegate it out. So I said, how about this? Since I'm a certified senior citizen, how about putting together a video for people that are intimidated with high-tech technology? So you come to the right place. Overview. The first thing you need to do is get your tools to build anything. You can be a plumber, you can be an electrician, you can be construction, you can do a certified whatever. I'm going to show you the tools before we get started. So take this in stride. First of all, here's the first mistake I've ever made in my life when I was a newbie. You create a folder, so far so good. Then you create another folder and put it inside of the first folder. You will never find it again in life. If you don't do anything else, whatever you do, put it on your desktop. Point A to point B. Got it? I hope you're taking notes because it's going to get interesting. A long time ago, long time ago, when I was a TV journalist, my news director, who was Ron Bear in Spokane, says, Mac, whatever you do, can a 12-year-old understand what you're talking about? So I'm going to talk down to you. I'm going to make this where a 12-year-old can understand what the hell's going on. First of all, you've created a folder. See where it says WeVideo tutorial. So I'm going to show you the tools that I have at my disposal. This is a video capture of some people dancing that I saw on YouTube. This is Iclone, which is a 3D animation app. Now, I have the version 5.51. There's a new app now called Iclone 7, which I'm getting ready to get. But since I'm basically comfortable in this, I'm going to use this. This is Mixcraft 6. This is where you can re-edit, down mix, put a little sugar in the mix in your audio. This is a PowerPoint doc. A PowerPoint doc if you want to do, instructionals, videos, posters, or whatever. This is the remix of the video that I used. SoundTap basically just records an audio link and you can put it in a poster. This is your video editing. Now, let me explain what Dig CC Mixture is. Dig CC Mixture is free, first of all. If you are an artist, a producer, a musician, or whatever, you can upload any link that you want to Dig CC Mixture. Anyone can take that, they can remix it, they can tweet it, they can add, they can subtract, or whatever. It is absolutely free. Now think about this. There are no copyright restrictions. Basically, you can use it for whatever you want. If you're an artist, the first place I would rest my hat would be digccmixture.org. That being said, everything is in my WeVideo tutorial, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go back to the landing page for WeVideo. I'm going to walk you through all of this so you know what I'm coming from. The first one is text. That makes sense, right? Opening credits, supers, it goes on and on. The second one is audio. Now let me explain about audio. These are generic music clips that you can use to produce your video. But because I'm using Mixcraft, you can re-edit your audio clip to make it do anything that you want. The next one is called transitions. Transitions is basically going from one clip to another. If you click on this, this is a crossfade. You see what's happening? It just fades over to the next one. So you go through these. You basically decide which one do you want to use. Let's say if you did this one. So then you can see it over here on how you're going to do the opening credits. So far, still with me? Okay, now, These are graphics. Graphics is basically background imagery, whatever you decide you want the finished product to look like. Write this down. Broadcast quality. A lot of people screw up. If you want to do something in a professional manner, nobody wants to see 30 seconds of you adjusting this, tweeting that, and whatever before you start it. You want to jump right out of the starting gate with a broadcast quality video. So now let's back up. First of all, text. Now there are 2 or 3 different ways you can go. These are motion titles, these are static titles, and these are annotations. So if you really want to get fancy, let's do it this way. You click on this, okay? It says primary text and secondary text. So for theory, we're going to put this right here. You're going to double click. See where it says primary text? I'm going to put TEST for WeVideo. W-I-D-O. Now you see here, this is the color of the font. Let's say you don't want white. What you do, you go to your color bar down here. Maybe you want it red. See that? Now the yellow is basically the line between the two. So let's say maybe you want white. Still with me? Now this is where it gets interesting. You can use any font that you want. When you pull down on this, these are the fonts that you have available. Let's use Bangers because that's fairly big. Test for WeVideo. Secondary, let's use, it's a call any way that you want. Let's do Flux. So there you have it. So when you're complete, you just put done editing. Okay. Now let me scrim this over. You can make it or compress it any way that you want. I'm going to back this back up. Now when you play this, watch what's going to happen. Isn't that slick? Now here's where it gets fancy. If you look at the landing page, it's basically the way people edit things. A-roll, B-roll, and audio. The B-roll is video 2. The A-roll is video 1. I mean, how simple can that be? So let's say hypothetically that you don't want a generic video, a generic open. So right now you just got, and you're halfway falling asleep, okay? So what you want to do, if you go to graphics, maybe you want to spruce it up a little bit. How about this right here? See that? So what you want to do, you take that, you put it down here. Now watch what happens. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. So what you have now, you have your opening credits or your title or whatever you want for that matter. Now, when I go back to media, these are the clips that I have saved. This is a video capture of people I found dancing on YouTube. This is the audio that I found on digccmixture.org. This is a 3D animation clip that I produced through Iclone. So let's get started, all right? You now have, as we back this up, test for WeVideo. So what you want to do now is you want to take Bumpin' Uglies. Is that an inside joke or what? Okay. If you do Bumpin' Uglies, now you see this is your edit bar right here. So what you want to do, you want to go through this, and when she starts Bumpin' Uglies, that's where you want to start. Now watch this. She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it. And eventually she's going to say, yeah. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. One more second here. So this is basically, right there, right there. So what you want to do, this is where you make your cut, right there. So this is what you want to eliminate. When this little yellow box comes around, you hit delete. Then you move this over. Now watch this. Right now, you have opening credits. Test for WeVideo. Now, baby girls, midterm quiz. Would you rather go to the club and bump uglies or go on a protest march? That's an inside joke. I'm old, give me a little bit of slack here. Let's say you like that, but you want to put a little bit more something into it, okay? So what you do, you go up here to graphics one more time. Now, everything in the A row, video A, is behind the video. In theory, let's say you put this right here. Let me do it again so to jump up here. Come on. Okay, yellow aurora. Now, when you pull this over, and let's back up. So what you have now, you have opening credits, test for WeVideo, secondary text, little bump and uglies. Wait till you hear the music. Wait till you hear the music. Then, see, this is your background back here. Always remember, your background is basically that. It's your background. That goes on video 1. The text, graphics, whatever, is on video 2. So now you've got that. Okay, this is your compress bar, right? So let's say you get right here, and you're happy with that. And this is your scrim. You want to clean this up right here. Special effects, assuming, says, wait a minute, I know how to do a little something with this. So you overlap this. Okay, then you go back to your media. You put this back in. So now you can edit to the part where you want. So you go here. And let's see what's going on. So then you move this over here, okay? Now, a transition is basically that. You just go from one theme to another, or one transition from another. So when you go to transitions, these are what you have available. Anytime you want to preview anything, you just double click on it, and it's going to show up here. See that? So let's say if you wanted to use this one, slide number 3, you put that right there. Now, when you back this up, it's going to make the transition. See right there, you can barely see it, but let me expand that just a little bit here. Okay, we're going to back this up. And watch what's going to happen here. Secondary text, going to make the transition. Didn't make the transition. Well, let's try it again here. Oh, I think I see what's going on. Okay, my bad. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to do this raw. You can figure it out on your own. The transitions, the background goes on video 1. The video, the supers, the JPEGs, or whatever you have goes on video 2. This is making a transition. So when you back this up, what you have, start this bad boy, there's your opening credits, transition, see that? And then you go to bump and uglies, right there. Okay, let's stop that. You want to edit, you just want to trim it down to wherever you want to stop at. Do that right there. Okay, let's go right here. I'm going to show you something. These are your special effects. Let's say you want to go slow-mo. All right? So what you want to do is you want to move this over here. You want to move it this way. Okay, so you go here. Okay, now we're going to back it up again. I haven't even put the music in yet. It's preparing your video clip. Opening credits. Transfer. Then you go to background. You can do it any way that you want, folks. Any way that you want. So now what you want to do, you want to go to graphics. You want to go to solids, overlays. You can do anything you want. Let's say you want to put bang in there. First thing you do, you just click on this. and then you put it here. The advantage of using WeVideo, you have all these tools at your disposal. The end result is what you think is a broadcast quality video. So there you have the background. All backgrounds go on video 2. All primary videos go on video 1. That's how difficult can that be? So what's going to happen now, this right here is your transition. When it gets to that, it's going to make the transition to the next video clip. Now watch what's going to happen. It's going to go here. See that? And now you got that. What's going to happen now is that when it gets here, you're going to put a graphic in. Let me stop this right here. I'm just going to edit this for argument's sake. I'm going to edit this down a little bit. And then you're going to put this right here. You back it up. Make the transition. This is your standard with the background. Anything in the background goes on video 2 or the B-roll. Okay? So they're bumping uglies, having a lot of fun. A lot of fun as far as I can tell. Then you're going to put a little, bam, smack, thank you, ma'am, in the middle. So right here, when it gets to this little thing right here, it's going to go, watch this, wait for it, wait for it. It's going to say, bam, you made your transition, right? See, this is no background, and this is your background. Now it's going to go to this, bang. So now that you're there, here's where it gets interesting. You go back to media. You always start at media. You go there. You add the same clip. You edit it to where you want it to start. So you put this back over here. Now you're going to go to my media again. Right there. And you are going to go to transitions. You're going to double click on this. Now this is your scale. Simply means you can push it up, you can push it down. Here's where most people, newbies, make the problem. You have to understand the difference between vertical and parallel. So you do something sideways, you want to turn it around. These are the two. This is horizontal. See that? And this is vertical. So that gives you the edge because you know exactly where you're starting with. Now, when you transform this, you're going to go to position, animation, you don't need that, color. You can adjust the color to fit the mood. You want to make it contrast, brightness, it's all up to you, whatever you want to do. Saturation. So you're playing around with that, right? Color keying, don't worry about that because it's too complicated. Slow or fast. Now here's where you can really get artsy-fartsy. This is the value right here. So let's say you want to slow it down 2x. So we get to 2x. That's 3x. Well, let's try 3x. So what you want to do, you want to preview that. So you just click here. So now you've got color saturation. Oh, I've got evil thoughts. I won't put evil thoughts into the video. So you're done editing. Bam. Okay, back it up. You need a coffee break or stimuli or whatever. So this is the first part. I'm going to show you what I got. Opening credits. Transitions. Regular speed with graphic background. Okay. Now, boy, don't go there. See, I'm a certified senior citizen, so I have my thoughts on what I should do. So now what you're going to do right down here, it's going to make a transition. See a little X right there? It's going to go to whatever you selected, and it's just going to go to the next one. So now they're still bumping uglies, just doing it to death. Then you're going to have a video, a little bang, a little something in between, and it's going to say bang. See right there. Now what's going to happen? It's going into slow-mo. So this is where we're at. This is the first part. Take notes, play it back, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to put stop sharing.